Are you curious where your favorite fantasy football stud or maybe some of these new incoming rookies are going to land when it comes to 2023 fantasy football ADP? We're taking a sneak peek at that right now. So what is ADP? ADP is average draft position. In other words, if you pool together all the drafts that are being done on that platform, an average of where they're being drafted, so you kind of have a baseline guess into what round those guys could be drafted in. Obviously, right now, there's not a whole lot of people doing mock drafts for the 2023 season. A lot of sites don't even have that available yet. But there is one site that is not only drafting right now, but they're doing it for money. We've partnered with Underdog Fantasy this year, and we're having a blast. If you do not have an Underdog Fantasy account yet, there's a link down below in the description, and now is the time to do so. For just signing up for the new account and making a minimum $10 deposit, we'll match your deposit all the way up to $100. We're going to give you a free 2023 Fantasy Headliners Draft Guide, a value of over $21 just by itself. Plus, you're going to get an entry into a giveaway to win something signed from my office. I don't know what else you're waiting for. Now is the time to do it. There's a link down below in the description, and this is where we're going to start pulling our ADP from. Now, when we look at the top 10, what really stands out to you? If it's me, it's number 10. It's Devonte Adams, the 10.4 overall right now. We know we replaced Derek Carr with Jimmy G. I'm sorry to say it, but that's a downgrade. We've lost Darren Waller. He's been traded to the Giants. Now they've also brought in, though, Jacoby Myers and signed wide receiver Philip Dorsett as well. Brought back Josh Jacobs on the franchise tag. I just don't know if they're going to be locked in on Devonte Adams and if Jimmy G can supply the huge volume that we kind of saw last year going the way of Devonte Adams. For me, he's not a first-round pick in my book. Let's go down to the next set. What is next here? Let's go, what is this, 11 through 20? Don't make me do math. It's way too early. Got Jonathan Taylor and CeeDee Lamb. Bijan, the first rookie on the list right now, going 13.5. First pick of the second round. Then we got Barkley. And then I'll stop right here for a second on Amon-Ra St. Brown going at 15.7. Jamison Williams is back and healthy. DJ Chark is a free agent. They just brought in David Montgomery, and they basically said goodbye to Jamal Williams. If anything, they added back a first-round talented wide receiver in Jamison Williams, who will be an upgrade over DJ Chark. Does that mean that Amon-Ra just falls off? No, but do I want to take him start of the second round? That's a little rich for my blood. I would prefer him to either be super late second or early third. What about if we continue to go down? How about Garrett Wilson next up on the list? Now, it sounds like it's going to be Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, I think. I mean, at this point, who really knows? But Garrett Wilson sitting at 15.9. They just brought in Allen Lazard. We still have Elijah Moore and Corey Davis. Breece Hall coming off of an ACL injury. Do we think that Aaron Rodgers is just going to lock on to Garrett Wilson? Probably not, right? He's more than likely going to spread it around. He wants to get the guys involved that followed him over from Green Bay, like an Allen Lazard. So in my opinion, Garrett Wilson's still a little bit too high. I kind of put him in that same category as Amon-Ra. Late second, early third, preferably even a little bit later if possible if I'm talking about Garrett Wilson. But after that, it just gets worse, in my opinion. We got 3 damn quarterbacks in the second round. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Jalen Hurts. Now, trust me, I will be taking quarterbacks earlier in 2023 than I have in previous years. Am I going to take them in the second round? Hell no, I'm not going to do that. That is way too early. We have too many skill positions to fill to really worry about a quarterback this early in the draft. That's crazy in the second round. I can't do no second round quarterbacks. How about we go on to the next list here? We got T. Higgins, Devontae Smith, Kenneth Walker. Love Kenneth Walker. Olave. What about Derrick Henry? Derrick Henry sitting at 25 overall. A third round pick, Derrick Henry. I don't care that this is best ball. I don't care if it's, redraft leagues or whatever it is. Third round for Derrick Henry is just plain stupid, and that is people overthinking it just a little bit too much. Oh, but Jake, he could be traded. Oh, but Jake, they want to pass it more. Shut up. They're still going to run the ball a lot in Tennessee. And if he is traded, he's going to be traded to another team that wants to do what? Run the damn ball. It's Derrick Henry. Sure, the volume may decrease, but a third-round running back, GTFOH. How about we continue to move? What next guy on the list? You're telling me Breece Hall at 26.1. One pick difference than Derrick Henry, and Breece Hall is coming off of a major ACL injury. He may not even be 100% to start the season, but we're going to take risks on him just as easily as we will on Derrick Henry. Damn, my blood pressure is starting to pump right now. Just banger right now going through ADP. All right, what else we got? We got Metcalf, Chubb, Jacobs, ETN. Okay, I don't hate that. We go to the next set of lists here. We got Debo, Burrow right here. We're getting better at the quarterbacks, right? We're late third right now. Fourth would be ideal for me. Justin Fields right there with Joe Burrow. Mark Andrews, Ramondre Stevens season part 2 is coming. Love this value. DeAndre Hopkins at 36. He's probably going to be traded, I would think, for a team that probably will use him. If he's not, he's on a team that has a quarterback who's injured, may not be 100% in Kyler Murray. Arizona is going to be a horrendous team. Obviously, he needs to go somewhere else with a capable quarterback. Kind of been linked to New England a little bit. Do we love that in New England, though? Not for the huge volume for DeAndre Hopkins, so it may be an upgrade from the Cardinals, but maybe not be next level. 36, a little bit early for me. We got then Amari Cooper, Tony Pollard coming off a major injury, no more Zeke. I do expect the Dallas Cowboys to draft a running back, though. And then Calvin Ridley, love to see Calvin Ridley up here. Mike Williams, Lamar Jackson, where does Lamar play? I really want him to go to Atlanta. That makes the most sense to me, but I'm not in charge of the Falcons or anybody else in the NFL. Now we got DJ Moore of the Chicago Bears. Love to see that. Najee, TJ Hawkinson, Christian Watson at 44. Now this is probably going to take a little bit of time, but that's probably no longer going to be Aaron Rodgers. It's going to be Jordan Love. And do I think that Christian Watson just bombs? No. He's probably going to be a mid-wide receiver 2-ish in fantasy football. And right now, going as wide receiver 22, mid to late wide receiver 2-ish. Not bad value for Christian Watson. He's going to have those boom games, but we may not have the consistency week in and week out. Then we got Judy, Pittman, London, Justin Herbert, because right now, you better believe it, I'm feeling damn fancy. George Kittle, like George Kittle there. How about we go down to the next list? We got Christian Kirk, Terry McLaurin, DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift is a huge... Why do they hate that dude in Detroit? They hate him. Like, he is on the permanent list, if you know what I'm talking about. And we got Chris Godwin, Keenan Allen, JSN, Jackson Smith, and Jigba, who I love in this year's draft. We got Trevor Lawrence. And then Dalvin Cook at 57.9. What are we doing? Like, I don't understand, really. I mean, we want to win in fantasy football, right? What am I missing here? Sure, there's been some trade rumors. They brought back Alexander Madison. This is a high-powered passing offense. I get all that. No more Adam Thielen. And to tell me that Dalvin Cook probably still isn't Verge running back 1 talent is crazy. I understand that running backs are being valued less and less. And he's currently, what is this? Running back 16. 57? What? That's like the 5th round? Come on, people, don't overthink things. Is he a smash top 10 pick? Maybe not. 2nd, 3rd round pick? Abso-freaking-lutely. Then we got Jamison Williams. We talked about him. Jamar Gibbs, the rookie out of Alabama. How about we go? Let's talk about Jamar Gibbs for a second. Are you telling me that Jamar Gibbs is 1 spot away from Dalvin Cook and we don't even know where the hell Jamar Gibbs is going to play yet? What happens if this dude ends up in Houston with Dameon Pierce? Are you still going to have him at running back 17? People just, they're drinking, right? They're drinking the rookie hype juice. It's too early for that. Bijan, okay, a team that's going to take him is going to use him. After that, though, probably going to be a split backfield. How about we go down to the next list here? We got Tyler Lockett, Aaron Jones. Everybody thinks that Aaron Rodgers is going to leave and now all of a sudden Aaron Jones is going to suck. They're going to rely more on Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon than they have in the past because they need to take pressure off of Jordan Love. Aaron Jones at 62, what is that, a 6th round pick? I'm going to win so many fantasy leagues this year if this doesn't change. Because if you're telling me that I could have Aaron Jones as like my running back 3 or 4, that's what I'm going to be telling my league mates right there. It's going to be pure domination if this is what's going on. What else we got in us? We got Kyle Pitts. Okay, Dallas Goedert, Marquise Hollywood Brown, Dameon Pierce, Mike Evans, Brandon Ayuk, Pickens, Javonte Williams at 70. I'm terrified of Javonte Williams. I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there and say it. I am terrified of Javonte Williams as of right now for 2023 with that injury. Then we got J.K. Dobbins, Pacheco, Treylon Burks. Okay, we got Deontay Johnson, Joe Mixon at 75.3. Some people think that he's going to be a June 1st cut. Even if he is, he's going to be picked up somewhere, and he's still an easy running back too. Think of Leonard Fournette a few years ago, got cut by Jacksonville, picked up by a contender in Tampa Bay, and you know what happened after that. That's kind of maybe, if anything, what I see with Joe Mixon, to have his ADP at 75. People damn crazy out there right now. What about Deontay Johnson? We already mentioned him. We got Gabe Davis, Cam Akers, Jahan Dotson, Deshaun Watson. I got something coming up on Deshaun Watson pretty soon. How about we go down to the next set here where we got Kadarius Toney. All right. Quentin Johnston, rookie wide receiver. Tyler Algier. I love me some Tyler Algier. He's outside the top 24 at the position as of right now. Why? This is just damn nonsense. That's all this is. They signed Jonnu Smith. They want to do more 2 tight end sets. They focused on offensive line and free agency. There's a chance they can still get Lamar at the time of this recording anyway. And you're telling me that Tyler Algier, somebody who was a fantasy darling that ended the season hot, who really flipped a switch and figured it out late, is not going to finish in the top 24? People, my chest's starting to hurt. My chest's starting to hurt because of all this. Then we got Rashad Bateman, Dak Prescott, Evan Ingram, James Cook, Cortland Sutton, Alvin Kamara. At least I understand because of the suspension. We don't know how many games, if any, he's going to miss. Rachaad White. A lot of people worry that Chase Edmonds went there. He signed the veteran minimum. When you sign a player for the veteran minimum, it's just to compete in camp. He's not taking away touches from Rachaad White. The only difference from this year to years past, maybe that offense doesn't have as many touchdown opportunities, but Rachaad White, still the guy at the time of this recording. Then we got Miles Sanders all the way down here at 29. Hasn't really reflected his signing in Carolina. Sneak peek. I love me some Miles Sanders in 2023. If Donta Foreman can have huge games in this offense, Miles Sanders could be out there mushroom stamping opponents, especially with they got to nail that first pick, though. They got to nail the quarterback pick. I'm thinking it's CJ Stroud. If it is, Miles Sanders could be in line for a big year. We know he has that pass catching ability out of the backfield. It's kind of a rookie's best friend right there. Then we got Jacoby Myers now going to Las Vegas. Was really hoping he would land somewhere else. He didn't. That sucks. His value is probably not going to climb too much. Then we got James Conner, Tua, Zay Flowers, another rookie, Zach Charbonnet. I'm not really on that bandwagon right now. Khalil Herbert, still the guy in Chicago with no Monty. Then Waller, Cousins, and Brandon Cooks, and that will round out the top 100. But even though it's still early in the offseason, it's still important to pay attention to ADP. A lot of sites that you draft on are going to basically use ADP for their custom draft list if you don't make custom rankings. If that's the case, a few of these names that we saw super late on draft boards could be there again this year, and that's how you win fantasy championships, is stacking up talent in the mid rounds. Looking forward to doing it in 2023. If you are too, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and sign up for the new Underdog account at the link below so you can draft and compete against us here this year. Plus, you get a free draft guide. For a $10 deposit on Underdog, you get a free draft guide, and we'll match your deposit. Come on, it's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to playing with you. But for now, have a great rest of your day and do your part to make the world a better place.